Somebody's telling me, and I don't know if this is true, that it took 6 security guards to escort the kid out from the Ted Cruz
the little kid
rally. The little kid. He had to have parents along with him. But you see it. I hate to say that the place where you see most disrespect is the grocery store. Kid is either disrespecting somebody else or they're disrespecting their own parents. And I have a hard time not walking up and saying something, and I don't. I really work hard not to because there's no good in that.
How do you handle that in the grocery store if you have a misbehaving child? How have you handled it? Because I'm assuming that...
Secretly trip the kid?
Your child.
Oh, my kid. Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking about somebody else's.
Because I have no...
Zero tolerance.
I have zero tolerance,
Yeah.
and I have yelled in the grocery store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
People turn around and look at me.
I feel like I make a fool of my... I haven't had it. It's boys. I'm convinced that boys can be a little tougher than girls. Just in my experience, I have 2 boys and a girl. However, my daughter can get a little mouthy, and I don't. You can't take that. You can't. Once you accept it, you've accepted it, and it happens. So if you want respect, you have to earn it and demand it.
I think what sends me through the roof is when they fight.
Well, yeah, that's the trouble.
That sends me right through the roof.
You're talking about your kids in particular?
Yes, and of
I
course,
enjoy talking about other kids. My favorite part is
ago.
talking about other kids in the store. That's always a lot of fun. No, I think that it's when you have to say to your kid, "You made me make a fool of myself." That's how I look at it, and then you like yell and at them and make a disturbance where everybody looks at you. When you get in the car, it's like, see what you made me do? This is what you made me do. And it should be easy. Some parents handle it really well. Some, you still hear the counting every once in a while. I've forgotten all about that. Mm-hmm. My kids are too old for counting.
I think I would probably...
1, 2. When they get up to 16, I feel like the counting isn't working.
When they're in college.
You give them till how old they are to behave. 1, I'd probably just leave my kid, lose them behind for a little bit, know where they were, but not know that
and then
I knew
CPS
where they
gets
were.
Called.
This is all Manaski's upcoming challenge.
Yeah, we're done with it.
We're done with it, and good luck.
Well, I don't think Carter's going to be that kind of kid. I mean, he's just always smiling.
Not.
They're all like that.
I have
Just
stages.
so you know.
First is the look, then I say something to the effect of "knock it off," and then the third one is kind of where I go ballistic.
Well, I just don't know how a parent can let. I mean, even if your kid is, my kid is really well versed on politics. Well, how about on a little bit of respect? And Ted Cruz is right there. Mm-hmm. You don't let your kid speak that way to an adult. Mm-hmm. I don't care if it's politics. What has gone on? This is just terrible. Somebody, Len says, and maybe you can explain this to me. The Trump supporters are like Happy Gilmore fans to Shooter McGavin. Okay, anybody want to explain that?
Well, it's just in the movie Happy Gilmore, his fans were so rabid, and Shooter McGavin was this arrogant pro golfer, and the fans shouted nasty things at him. I actually do think the comparison isn't close. The fact that there are these face-to-face confrontations, and they cut him off to make him look like an idiot with different different things that they're saying, that's probably actually pretty close.
I just it was one more moment in this campaign that is just crazy. Do you see that Albany Republican Representative Chris Gibson said Monday he is not going to run for governor? Mm-hmm. He was one, Christine, I think that a lot of people were thinking he was going to run for governor. I mean, it was going to happen.
And I don't know that this is a forever thing.
You think that he's...
I think that, we could adopt a wait-and-see attitude. This is a very tough election cycle, presidential or otherwise, this 2016, 17, 18. I think until 2020, we're really not going to be able to take a breather.
Well, this would be a 2018 race,
right.
So it would still be in 2 years. So he certainly does have time to, I guess, change his mind. He says, ultimately, for our family, the opportunity to spend increased time together, balanced with a return to academia, was one we could not pass up. So he's taking a job, right? Taking a position with Williams College in Massachusetts as a visiting lecturer on leadership and expects to accept more academic offers shortly. Who would want to run for this? When we're just talking about the kids, we're talking about the way people treat you. Who would want to run for this?
Well, and he was one who was designated early on to be able to, take on that role a while back. But I thought it was interesting a couple of months ago when he announced that he had an exploratory committee already for 2018. So, we suspected that there was a job offer, but I didn't know that we knew it for a fact.
Well, at the end of the day, this would be for the benefit of David Gordon. He had raised money, just so you know, and money had been collected and had been placed in the bank, and he is returning any of the donations that came in.
For his gubernatorial run?
That's what you do. You can collect before you're actually on the ballot. And I'm hearing some rumblings right now, and we'll have to see what comes of this on the congressional race, that maybe in the next couple of days we might be looking at a bit of a change in this race, in that petitions, signatures are being challenged, and you might see a few candidates not make it on the ballot. We'll see what comes of all of that. Hold on tight. Lots to get into, including what happened at CVA, the high school down in the valley, coming up.